Part 2. Gremlins, 1984. Combining comedy with horror elements, Gremlins tells the story of a young man named Billy Peltzer who receives an unusual pet called Gizmo as a Christmas present. However, after accidentally breaking 3 crucial rules regarding the care of Gizmo, avoiding bright light, not getting him wet, and refraining from feeding him after midnight, hordes of mischievous creatures known as gremlins are unleashed upon his small town. The film balances humor and terror in equal measure while exploring themes of consumerism and unchecked chaos released upon society. Poltergeist, 1982, produced by Steven Spielberg. Poltergeist centers on the Freeling family living in a suburban housing development. Supernatural events begin to occur within their home. Their daughter Carol Ann is taken hostage by ghosts through the television set. As they fight against these malevolent spirits invading their house following frightening occurrences around them, which includes one memorable scene involving a haunted clown doll creeping on Robbie Freeling's bed, the film offers both jump scares and psychological terror along with themes related to suburbia being plagued by underlying darkness. The Lost Boys, 1987. Blending horror tropes with coming-of-age themes, The Lost Boys follows 2 brothers who move to Santa Carla, a town infested with vampires seeking eternal youth, in search of adventure but soon find themselves targeted by this bloodthirsty group. With its stylish visuals accompanied by an iconic soundtrack reflecting the vibrant 80s youth culture combined alongside witty dialogue and unexpected twists, this vampire flick drew audiences into an edgier side while garnering its well-deserved cult status over the years. An American Werewolf in London, 1981. An American Werewolf in London is a classic horror film that follows the story of 2 American backpackers, David and Jack, who find themselves in the English countryside. After being attacked by a werewolf, Jack dies and David is left with a curse. He turns into a werewolf every full moon. As David struggles to control his newfound beastly nature, he falls in love with Alex, a nurse who tries to help him. This film is known for its groundbreaking special effects and dark humor, and remains one of the most beloved werewolf movies of all time. They Live, 1988. They Live is a sci-fi horror movie directed by John Carpenter that explores themes of consumerism and social control. The film follows Nada, an unemployed worker who discovers a pair of sunglasses that reveal hidden messages subliminally controlling people's minds. These messages are transmitted by alien beings living among humans. As Nada joins forces with other resistant humans, they try to expose the alien invasion threatening humanity's free will. They Live serves as both an entertaining horror flick and a thought-provoking critique on media manipulation. Friday the 13th, 1980, considered one of the most iconic slasher films ever made, Friday the 13th takes place at Camp Crystal Lake where several camp counselors are preparing for its reopening after years of closure due to violent incidents involving young Jason Voorhees drowning in the lake while neglected by staff members during an intimate moment between 2 counselors years prior. One by one, counselors fall victim to an unknown killer wearing Jason's signature hockey mask. The suspense builds as we learn more about Jason's vengeful spirit seeking revenge on those occupying his former home. This film spawned numerous sequels throughout the 80s and beyond, cementing Friday the 13th franchise as one synonymous with tension-filled summer camp horror. Child's Play, 1988. Child's Play introduces audiences to Chucky, the iconic killer doll. When a disturbed serial killer uses black magic to transfer his soul into a good guy doll, the doll ends up in the hands of a young boy named Andy. As Chucky begins his reign of terror and tries to transfer his soul into Andy's body, a race against time ensues for Andy and his mother to stop this demonic toy. This film successfully taps into our childhood fears by turning an innocent plaything into a terrifying antagonist capable of inflicting great harm. Little Shop of Horrors, 1986, an offbeat horror comedy musical directed by Frank Oz. Little Shop of Horrors tells the story of Seymour Krelborn, an orphan who works at a struggling flower shop on Skid Row. After discovering an unusual plant that thrives on human blood and flesh, dubbed Audrey 2, Seymour becomes embroiled in strange and horrifying events as he tries to keep Audrey 2 fed without losing control over it. The film features catchy tunes and dark humor while exploring themes like fame, desire, morality with unforgettable characters contributing to its cult following status. More horror movies in Part 3.